Happy Sunday. How are you doing? How is your Sunday going? Welcome back to Living Life with Akosia Ode. I hope your Sunday is going great. If not, try and make it great, okay? Try and make it great and prepare for the week, all right? Okay. So today I want to talk to you about reasons why you see people see therapists or reasons why you should see a therapist. I want to start off by saying you don't have to wait until things get bad before you see a therapist. You don't have to wait until things are falling apart to see a therapist. So you can see a therapist at any point in your life. And I think I can be biased because I'm a therapist. I'm also a therapist in therapy, so I'm not just telling you something that I don't know or something that I do for work, but I'm also a client who goes to weekly therapy as well. So every Wednesday, I see my therapist, and that's part of my self care. So that could be one of the reasons why you want to see a therapist, that as you're building your self care routine or your self care plan, you include therapy in that for preventative. So, being really proactive and not waiting for something bad to happen before you see a therapist. All right. So we've identified one for preventative as a self-care tool. If you experience anxiety or depression, feeling sad, feeling hopeless and helpless, those are some of the manifestation of depression. You can also see a therapist for that, and the two of you can work together to come up with a plan for you how to take care of yourself. If you're experiencing anxiety, worrying all the time, being fearful, panic attacks, worrying about the future. Again, you and a therapist can work together to come up with a plan for you. So that's also another reason to develop communication skills, effective communication skills, because hello, some of us do not know how to communicate effectively. I know I used to be one, and I'm still one. I still struggle with communicating my feelings, communicating what I want, communicating what I want to say to people. So I think in therapy, it could be a great way where you could practice some of those communication skills, where you could practice saying what you need, what you want, which also comes with setting boundaries. So you would also learn, or you would also gain the ability to set boundaries with people. So when telling people, this is what I need, this is what I don't like, when away am a pair, when away am a pair, say what me kasa say am a pair, and I say if you continue talking to me this way, I to me na for and I to me kasa biem. So that's what setting boundaries is about. You tell people what you need, you tell people what you want, you tell people how to support you. So that's a great way to see a therapist or talk to a therapist about that. Another thing, which I think is also great or very important, and something that I want to emphasize, to get to know yourself, to really get to know yourself, like self discovery. Who am I? Why do I like the things that I like? Why do I do the things that I like? What makes me happy? Not only what do I not like, because a lot of us are good at saying the things we don't like. But when it comes to the things we like, it can be difficult to say some of those things. So, what do I like? What makes me happy? How do I want to be treated in a relationship? How do I want to be treated in my family? How do I want my friends to treat me? How do I want my friends to support me? All of those things, self discovery, because you're in this life, getting to know yourself, getting to know who you are, what makes you tick, as some people would say, what makes you laugh, what makes you sad. That way, you can communicate it to people like, hey, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. You get to know yourself. You get to know the things that make you happy. You get to know the things that bring you joy. So, like I say, you don't have to wait until something goes bad before you see a therapist. And another, I would say a last point would be to kind of, resolve trauma. If you have experienced any trauma, like adverse life experiences, things that made it difficult for you, whether it's growing up, like sexual abuse, emotional abuse, childhood trauma, some of those things can still have effect on us when we are adults. So therapy would be a great way to explore those things, explore those triggers, explore the trauma, work on a way to reintegrate it in your life to reduce the effects of trauma. So it would be a great way. And if it's specifically around trauma, you want to see a trauma therapist, a therapist who specializes in trauma and then working around that. So those are the few points that I have about why you want to go to therapy. There are a whole bunch of points, or there are a whole bunch of reasons, and each person have their reason. I feel like each one of us at one point in our lifetime, we should experience that kind of relationship. We should experience talking to a therapist and what that means. And there is nothing wrong in seeing a therapist. There is nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I see my therapist every Wednesday, and it's, the best time for me. When things are happening during the week, I'm like, Wednesday, I'm going to talk to my therapist and we're going to talk about this. Sometimes in moments where I don't know what to say, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to get back to you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for my time in therapy, talk about it, and get back to the person. I gain clarity. I gain my voice. I know how to use my voice. It also helps me to build my confidence in telling people, like, okay, I cannot do this for you because that, oh, I cannot do this because this, or I can do this if we are able to negotiate it this way. So those are my reasons that I see my therapist. So now you have those reasons. Experiencing anxiety, depression as a self-care tool, preventative, not waiting for something bad to happen, gaining communication skills, setting boundaries, building relationships with people, and resolving trauma. All right. So if you have any questions about therapy, if you're considering therapy, this is your time. This is your time to go. If you're considering therapy, this is your time. I'm here to tell you now is the time to go. All right. Leave any questions and comments in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Share with other people. Let them come and learn. Let's learn about therapy together. All right. Okay. So have a great rest of the week. Enjoy the coming week ahead. And I will see you in our next video. Bye bye.